Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's show, Empowering Women in Chiropractic, brought to you from ChiroSecure. I'm Dr. Nicole Lindsay, founder of Dominate Chiro Marketing, where I teach chiropractors how to build relationships with medical doctors to grow their practice and much more. Welcome today to our show. This is a really fun topic for me. This is something that I feel that I've got really a lot of experience over the years, 20 years of practice doing, and it has really helped to shape, uh, grow, define my practice. And I really want to share this with you today. So let's go ahead and go to the slides. The topic is social media marketing on autopilot. And of course, before we get into the nuts and bolts, I want to give ChiroSecure a huge shout out today. And I want you all to do the same. Give them some likes, give them some love for all that they do for our profession, for bringing us together every week for all of these great shows, which I hope that you take advantage of and listen to and watch. Such great information. We all, I know I do, all the other hosts do as well, put a lot of time and effort into bringing you quality content. So thank you, ChiroSecure, for having us all here and having us come together to do this. So social media marketing on autopilot. If you've seen my shows in the past on this show and other places, Dominate Chiro Marketing, you know that I talk about having multiple streams of marketing all the time. That in order to be successful, in order to have a busy, bustling practice, you need to have these streams set up. And the more that you have set up, the more successful your office will be. So, of course, MD marketing is one of the most important streams that I think that your practice should have. And that is something that I can absolutely show you how to do that. Having workshops in the office. Now, a lot of people have gone to remote, whether they're via Zoom or Facebook Lives, but making sure that you're setting those workshops up in your office. I'm still doing workshops out in the community, whether it's for a medical doctor or for a business. Having Google ads in place, that is a stream of marketing. Facebook ads, internal referral programs, internal promotions that you do, whether it's asking for referrals or give love and get love, whatever kind of promotion you do, you have set up. Podcasts. Do you have a podcast? If not, you should. And creating constant episodes for that. Email marketing, creating videos, putting that out with content weekly, and then reactivation programs. So these are some of the streams, not all, that we all should have set up for our practice. Social media marketing is just another one of those streams. And if you do this properly and consistently, you can generate a lot of business for your practice. And the best part about social media marketing is you can set this up on autopilot so you don't have to take action every day. So, why should you put social media on autopilot in your practice? Well, first of all, there's multiple reasons, and I'm going to give you four. Number one is most of the time we don't have time, right, to do this every day. We don't Posting daily takes time. You have to think about what you're going to post. You have to find a photo and scroll through the millions of photos, right, on your phone or wherever you keep them. You have to take the photo. And you know what? Maybe today's not a good hair day and I don't want to do a photo today. That happens, believe it or not. But it takes time ultimately. So having it on autopilot just gets rid of um, that objection, right? Number two is putting this on autopilot is important because not everybody is creative and in a creative mood every day. Sometimes those creative juices start flowing, and take advantage of that. Write that down, get that on a spreadsheet, come up with your ideas, and that those creative juices don't always come to you daily when you have the time to post. So this is the second reason why having your social media marketing on autopilot is a necessity. The third reason why it's important is because, a lot of people will say, well, no one looks at my social media. So why do I want to do this? Why do I want to put time into posting on social media? Well, that is the very reason why no one's looking at it, because you're not doing it, right? So if you do it on autopilot, then it's there. And patients then, and your community, people that aren't even coming in yet, begin to expect to see content from you. So the reason why you want to get this on autopilot is so that it's there all the time. You want to make sure that it's authentic material, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And putting information out on autopilot as well, being consistent about it, will help your brand. It helps you stand out and your brand stand out as well. So the fourth reason that social media marketing should be put on autopilot is it brings new patients into your practice all the time. This is an excellent stream of marketing. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money, if any. If you do it in-house, it won't cost you anything. There are a lot of companies out there that you can pay to do this, but it becomes a passive form of marketing for your practice. And it's a great way for patients to learn about you so they can just get a feel for your practice. They can learn about your vibe, what you do in your practice every day. They learn about you before even coming in. So this can help you to attract patients to your practice that you really want in there. So if social media marketing is done correctly, it will bring eyes to you, but more importantly, will bring spines into your practice. That is why social media marketing needs to be done. And putting it on autopilot makes it a no-brainer. So how do we do it? How do we do social media marketing and put it on autopilot? So I'm going to give you my plan. I'm going to teach you what I do. If you need help with this, reach out to me. It's one of the things that I do, and I can help you set this up for your practice. So first of all, you want to create your brand awareness. And that means your colors, your font, the feel of your practice. That has to be on your content that you're putting out on social media as well. And this is also why I'm not a big fan, and I've done it. I've hired companies to do this for me. But if it does not represent your brand, if it doesn't represent you, it doesn't get looked at. And I can show you this. I can go through my Facebook insight page, the business page of Facebook, and show you how many eyes look at my material when it is put out by me and when it has the colors, the font, the feel of my practice. And then I can show you how many people look at the content when it is not put out by me. And it's a huge difference. I've done studies on this for my own practice. And people do not look at your stuff if it's canned, if it's not authentic, if it doesn't represent you. However, if it does, it makes a statement for you. And people, they really get a good feel for who you are, what you want them to see, and what you want them to learn. So creating your brand awareness, figure this out and use the same colors, the same font, the same feel, and your logo on your material as you're putting it out. The next step is to create consistency. Posting needs to be done on a regular basis, okay? But more importantly, create a theme. And this helps you determine what you're going to post. So create daily themes, weekly themes, monthly themes that you can stick with and post every day. It's not overkill. A lot of times we think, I'm putting out way too much information if I post every day. No, you're not. You could post multiple times a day and it wouldn't be too much information. You really need to stay in front of your customers. So posting on a regular basis every single day will allow you to do this. Your patients will begin to expect to see your information. I've had days where I didn't post, and then patients would come in and say, I really get used to seeing your motivational quotes on Motivation Monday, and you didn't put one out yesterday. Why not?" And I had patients call me out on that. So they expect to see this information. And if you create a theme every day and what you're going to post on, which we'll talk more about over the next couple of slides, this will make it easy for yourself. If it's hard, you won't do it. If it's hard, your staff won't do it. So make it easy so that you can create consistency. The next step, logistics. Let's lay out the logistics of social media marketing on autopilot. Create an Excel spreadsheet. And we do this on a Google Drive so that all of our staff have access to it. We share it with each other. And when somebody gets an idea, or for shout out Saturday, that's one of our themes for the week. When a patient gets a great testimony from a patient, they'll type it in there. So that way we can all contribute to this social media marketing calendar. One staff member should be responsible for doing 99% of your posting. And that way there is consistency. That way it does get done. Not to say that other staff members that want their hands in it, that are good at it, can't do it as well. But just make sure you have at least one person that's accountable for making sure that it gets done. About once a week, we will walk around the office so that we can capture the feel of our office and use this stuff for our social media marketing posts. And we'll take photos, and we'll do photos of adjusting, photos of the therapies, photos of our staff, photos of the patients. And we have a iCloud shared album, and we drop those photos into the shared cloud so that all of us can take pictures. All of us have access to these pictures. And then that way, when we're ready to do the posting or set that up for a scheduled posting, we can pull from current photos that are in our shared album. So logistically speaking, again, if it's not easy, if it's not laid out, then it won't get done. The next step is to plan it out. So once a week, brainstorm ideas. I like to do this every Friday and plan for the following week. And, it's not written in gold. If I come up with a plan and then come Monday, I change my mind, you can do that. But at least have an idea of what you want to do the following week and get it on that Google Drive so your staff knows. And again, pick themes for the month. Start out with something that you want to educate on. Is it the immune system? I mean, that's a hot topic right now. Is it post-COVID immunity, right? How many people have suffered with COVID and are dealing with long haul symptoms or just trying to get over it and build their immune system? That's a great topic for the month. Maybe you just want to talk about chiropractic for the elderly, chiropractic for pregnant women. Pick a topic, and that is your theme for the week that you want to educate, or the month that you want to educate on. Then you can pick a supplement that goes along with that theme that you can discount. And then you can create videos that week that go along with that topic. And then keep in mind testimonies. Perhaps you have a couple pregnant women under care and they're getting great results. You want to capture their testimonies so that that can be part of your posting over the course of the month. Plan it out, plan it all out, and get it on your Google Drive, on your spreadsheet. Now, picking themes, what we do in our office is we pick every single day of the week, we pick a theme that we stick with for posting. And this really helps you keep on track and keep consistent with all of your posting. So, for example, this is what I do. Monday is Motivational Monday. We pick quotes or stories. I use a lot of BJ Palmer quotes that I overlay pictures of our office, which I'll show you samples of my social media posting and over the next couple slides. Tuesday is TikTok Tuesday. Chiro facts or questions that patients may have, we put on there. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. We can put recipes that go along with our theme. If it's inflammation, maybe anti-inflammatory recipes, exercises, exercise ideas. Thursday is Thursday Thoughts. Typically, we stick with the video of the week that we put out. And that's the email, or that's the post that goes in our social media that day. Friday is Fun Fact Friday, and this is where we can learn about the spine. We can do something fun with our staff, just some fun fact. Saturday, Shout Out Saturday, usually a patient testimony, a staff testimony. And then Sunday is Slow Down Sunday. We either do stretching, it can be family pictures of myself and my family or my staff, um, hiking, anything that you want to put out just to slow down. But those are some of the themes that I use, and you want to pick stuff that fits in with your theme, and that you can figure out what's going to capture the feel of your office, educate, and help you brand your practice and your image to your community. So here are some samples of my social media marketing. On the left there is just a screenshot of some of the photos that we have posted. And you can see my colors, you can see my brand, and what kind of feel we are putting out there. When you pick colors, you want to make sure that you use them all the time for your background, for your font, and then putting your logo. You can see my logo right there in the center of the screen that we try and put on every post, or almost every post that we put out. On the right is my Instagram profile, and you can see again, it has my logo. It has every picture, every image has my colors, has our font that we constantly use. This next slide are screenshots of some of the posts that we've done here recently. The first one is a BJ Palmer quote. We put this out on Motivational Monday. We have a picture of me in the office educating. The second one is one of our Fun Fact Friday posts, I believe. And just something fun and silly that we're doing, talking about yoga inversion. And one of our staff members is doing that. The next one is a video that I did. We put those videos out on social media. The next the next picture is a screenshot of my staff and I, after a staff training, did an outing, and we posted that, and that got a lot of views and a lot of attention. Your practice members, your patients want to see that you're real, want to see what you all are about. Being authentic really captures their attention. And this is something that we do routinely as a team, and we show our practice members that we do that. Here is my Facebook page at Back in Balance WNC. Feel free to take a look at that so that you can scroll through some of our post pictures, themes, to get an idea if you're looking to add more flair to your social media posting. Here's a Slow Down Sunday. We do some yoga poses and talk about why that's important. I have a testimony here for a Shout Out Saturday of a patient with their arms up in the air, showing some excitement about her chiropractic care. On the day that we promote our supplement of the month that we're discounting, we take a picture of it and talk about why it's important. We have a testimony. We do testimonies by video or picture, and the video testimonies get a lot of attention. And there is a testimony of a patient right there. And then I did a little screenshot of just some of my most popular um, posts, and Facebook gives you that information, so you can go in there and look and see what's getting a lot of attention. What got a lot of attention over the past couple months for us was just a silly post that we did, showing one of my associates adjusting a skeleton that we have in the office and talking about the importance of bones. And that got more eyeballs and more views and more attention than any of my posts over the past couple months. So make sure you pay attention to that. Facebook gives you that information so you can see what people are paying attention to, because ultimately they're clicking on your practice, they're reading your information, they're learning from you when you're getting more attention. So that is what I have to share for you today about social media marketing on autopilot. And listen, your social media is a living, breathing reflection of you and your office. Don't leave it up to somebody else to do it for you. I know that having time to do it is oftentimes what stops us, But as I showed you, if you plan it out, if you think about it, if you brainstorm, if you get organized about it, it can be done. So don't ignore it. Don't leave it up to somebody else that doesn't know your brand, doesn't know your mission, your themes, your story, um, to do. Don't spend Do spend time figuring out what you want to say. Do come up with ideas you want to put out, and do brand you and your office, because it can make all the difference. And this stream of marketing can be a very powerful one for you and your practice. So if you need help with branding, your social media posting, marketing, MD marketing, or any other ideas, don't hesitate to reach out to me, Dominate Chiro Marketing at gmail.com, or here on Facebook, or through ChiroSecure. I'll be happy to help you any way I can. Don't forget to tune in to our future shows here on ChiroSecure, whether it's empowering women in chiropractic or our shows on children. There's always great information that they will share with you and that us hosts are here to bring to you. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.